Hello. I'm going to give a quick description of routing to outputs on the SI Performer 3 console that's in the theater at the Humanities building at Purchase. A couple things you'll notice from previous videos is I got rid of the border at the top, gives us more room for the see the mixer. The other thing I want to remind you about is that this is the SI Performer 1 demonstration version. Soundcraft doesn't have a working version for the SI Performer 3, but this is adequate to give the ideas of what's going on. And finally, I want to say that there are a lot more videos available to watch from Soundcraft proper, available from their website or going to YouTube, and there's plenty of videos presented by other presenters. So the reason I'm doing it here is to give a little more specific information with regard to SUNY Purchase. Certainly there are more polished presentations, but let's move on. First, I'm going to touch on how we're routing mix outputs. There's our mix outputs. We've discussed them elsewhere. There's 14 of them. They occur as XLR connectors, output connectors on the back of the mixer. When we come up to here, we can see that we're going to the patching line here, output patch. It says unused, so we're going to go here and we're going to say that that mix 1 is not actually patched, and that's from something previous I was doing on this demo. So they're typically patched 1 through 14. I'm just going to put it back on 1, and that'll be fine. I could have disconnected 3 from 3 and moved 1 to 3 and 3 to 1 and so on. Then the other options for where you could send outputs might be to the AES connector on the back of the console, the fixed one. As an XLR, there's two output channels at that connector. I'm recommending that be preserved or reserved for recording, as in sending to the solid state recorder, so maybe you're not going to go to that one. Then there's Dante. You could patch to a Dante output, but before you do that, you have to unpatch from its current output, and right now that's patched there. So we go back over here. Now we could patch to Dante, and let's say we could patch to Dante 2. Now this is useful if you want to send signal to any other device where Dante is installed. Dante is a network protocol that transmits audio over LAN. And that's in use at the TV Studio and the TV Studio Edit Suite, and is possible to be loaded on, for example, cards that can feed the Mac Pro, but that's not currently part of the system. So that's Dante. Dante is another issue where you use a separate program called Dante Controller for matrixing these the inputs and outputs that are available at Dante. So so we're going to go over here, and the next thing we can do is send it out to our AES card, which is installed at the back of the mixer, and that has 4 XLR male connectors and 4 XLR female connectors, each one carrying 2 output channels, digital output channels, or 2 digital input channels. Outputs are male, of course. So those connectors are on a little snake that connects to the card at the back of the mixer. So we could take that mix and put it onto an AES channel. The reason I ran into the dismiss signal was because I had still had it patched out the Dante output from the other part of the previous part of the demonstration. So now I can put it right there, for example, on the 8-channel output. Probably not numbered, probably not that one, but this could be this one, which would be the channel 1 of the third AES output connection. All right, that's all I'm going to cover in this video. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.